it's all about wild oceans and the great things that you did to make the Billfish Conservation Act happen.
Well, we were very, very happy to get the Billfish Conservation Act passed and then signed by the President, and it couldn't have come at a better time in light of the increased imports coming from the Pacific. So we're very happy that we've got to the point where we are now, and now we're just trying to strengthen up the regulations that are going to be used to control or to enforce the law.
Right. We're doing a few amendments, or we're pushing for a few amendments, obviously, as you always do after this stuff has been passed. But above and beyond the Billfish Conservation Act, you have been, since the early 80s, a major component to billfish conservation all over the world. Your contributions to the Billfish Foundation, even IGFA, but to you with NCMC and now the new Wild Oceans campaign, you know, the world of fisheries really needs to give you a much deserved thanks, Tim Choate.
Well, the best thanks I could get would be more cooperation. I'd love everybody in the world to sign on with Wild Oceans or the National Coalition for Marine Conservation, but that would be the biggest thanks that I could ever appreciate.
Well, you know, you're the one who got me involved with that company. And that organization, I gotta say, there's a lot of other organizations that have a lot more membership and a lot more money, but do so much less. They really get it done with a minimal amount of money, but a maximum amount of effort.
Yeah, we are very happy with the staff that we have, and they are, for as little overhead as we've got, they are the champions of real ocean conservation on behalf of the fish.
Yep.
Ken Hinman is an all-star, and Pam Groman and his staff are absolutely extremely appreciated by all the board people that we have at NCMC.
What Tim isn't alluding to is the fact that every dollar's contributed to the Wild Ocean campaigns goes right into that campaign. There's not a waste of any kind of funds in this organization.
What separates NCMC and Wild Oceans from just about every other conservation organization is the fact that almost 85% of every dollar contributed goes directly to action programs and not to the support of overhead. So we're very happy with that, and we hope that that will continue. One of the best things that NCMC Wild Oceans has got is a connection between our offices, which are right outside Washington, D.C., and the political process which occurs in Washington. And Ken is in arguing in front of Congress and the federal agencies almost incessantly, and is making the world of conservation known to these people that pass the laws.
How can those folks watching right now find that website?
Go to wildoceans.org or the SaveTheFish.org websites. Sign on, sign up, and become part and parcel of a continuing operation that will save the world's fish.
Yep. Anybody has a heart for these fish, after seeing what they do on the end of a line, would be very well served financially getting involved with Wild Oceans.
I would suspect that anybody that went to either of those websites will see exactly the kind of accomplishments that our organization has confirmed and done over the past 10 years. And while we're the oldest operating conservation group for 40 years, our latest successes far outweigh the latest other operations that are in effect. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to continue the record that we've got. We welcome every one of the new potential members.
You know, and what Timmy's not alluded to, we're talking about those billfish conservation stuff. It isn't all just about billfish. Their main thrust really has been the forage fish management, both in the Pacific and the Atlantic.
That is another entire concept of our 7 or 8-fold major projects, is to conserve the forage fish, which supply life to all the range of fisheries throughout the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Yep.
And we're hoping that the forage fish will invite, or a growing population of the forage fish will supplant or support a much bigger population of the larger fish, the ocean predators.
Yep, yep. Well, it's been a pretty wild ocean here in Puerto Rico the first few days of this tournament. I'll tell you right now, the fishing's been a lot better than previous years, and who knows, could it get better in the years to come with legislation like this?
I would suspect it will.
Well done, Tim. It's always fun fishing with you, buddy.
Hey, always great to be with you too, Bill.
The places our paths cross in this world have never ceased to amaze me.
Yes, indeed.